Time to go around the NFL, the National Football League. Courtney's here for Hoodie. Here's Shay.
All right, I'm going to start with Justin Jefferson. There was a report, not really a report, but a column in Pro Football Talk this morning about if Justin Jefferson will get a deal done with the Vikings. It's been like a year and a half long process now of negotiating. Historically, the Vikings have moved on from guys like Randy Moss, Percy Harvin, Stephon Diggs. They haven't typically given out the big money deal, but there's a chance Justin Jefferson's the best of all of them. Doesn't seem realistic that they really would let him walk. Are they going to get a deal done, keep Justin Jefferson in Minnesota long term?
You'd think they'd do it within the next couple of days because mandatory minicamp, you get fined. It's like, 30, I think it's 35,000 a day. I have to check on that, but it's a lot. And these are not reversible fines that you can just forgive and then, have go away once they get to training camp, once a deal's signed. I don't know what they're waiting on at this point. Okay, you get through the offseason, there's the back and forth, there's what the team says at the combine, there's some of these insane trade rumors, the team shoots all of it down. So if you're willing to go to that length to be like, this is our guy, he's one of the best, if not the best in the NFL, we want him here long term, why would you not go ahead and just get the deal done before putting him in a position where he feels he needs to control his leverage by missing the 3 days next week and costing himself over $100,000? I don't understand it. And I actually saw Connor Orr from Sports Illustrated had a really good column up today, or maybe it was yesterday, just about how, this whole situation with Justin Jefferson may lead the Vikings into territory where instead of being like the new Detroit, they're kind of like the old Detroit because they alienate superstars and irritate them to a point where they want out. If they don't get a deal done by Monday or Tuesday, I think the trade request is coming.
Really?
Which is it's hard to think about it, because why would you let a player who's not even anywhere close to being in his prime, why would you irritate him? Why would you back him into a corner to where he hasn't been with the team at all this offseason? He's a guy who likes to do that stuff. And now it's a fight over money when you could have gotten this deal done the second you had the opportunity to last offseason.
Yeah, but
they didn't.
Tell me if I get this name right. Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah.
Correct.
He's the GM. Kevin O'Connell, who's the head coach. They both have been quoted multiple times. O'Connell, a week ago. We'll get this done. Mm-hmm. He's not going anywhere.
So what's taking so long? It's taken a year and a half.
It can't be money. It can't be.
Sure can. You see what Amon-Ra St. Brown got paid?
How much was his base?
27, 28, or was it more than, was it 30?
I don't think it was Tyreek Hill yet. I think it was just between that.
Okay.
29.
Nico Collins gets $24 million a year yesterday. If I'm Justin Jefferson, I'm the best receiver in the NFL. I want what Tyreek Hill got paid or more.
Yeah, you're not getting him for Equanimeous St. Brown's money.
No, of course, but that's my point. Courtney, I just want to follow up too, and Kap obviously weigh in.
Yeah, he got just over $120 million for 4 years.
It's 30
St. Brown
a year. You're
30.
Right on that, Shay.
So if you're Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown gets $30 million, are you wrong if you're sitting there going, I want 40?
I mean, look at what AJ Brown got. 32. I think 40 is probably a stretch.
Yeah, 40's too high.
Maybe you're trying to reset the market here, though. Brown's deal is 4 years, 96. And he's 27. Justin Jefferson, I believe, is 25.
Yes.
2 years younger.
So Shay and I have
productive.
debated this. I believe if you're going to make stupid money in a hard salary cap driven environment, do you want to win? What point is enough where you go, all right, get me to that number and I'll take it because I want you to have money to be able to surround me with players, or that's not my problem. I want $40 million. I would be the guy that would leave money on the table because I want to be on a winning team. I think Shay would go for the last dollar. I don't mean that as a shot at you. I just think you believe, figure out your business out yourself. I want to get paid.
Well, we know it's not the quarterback situation, right? Because, if it was him not wanting to be on this team because Kirk Cousins isn't here, the trade request would have come in by now.
Correct.
So what is the holdup? And you bring up good, institutional knowledge of this team, Shay, when you talked about Randy Moss, when you talked about Stephon Diggs and this team letting receivers who had done a lot like walk out the door. It's the same, by and large, it's the same group running the salary cap up there and running, cap and contracts then to what it is now. And they've remained pretty firm on the way that they do business. Is Jefferson going to be the one that helps them or that leads them to break their strategy? Maybe. But I don't understand why it hasn't gotten done until this point.
You brought, and you know the Vikings as well as anyone, you brought up the trade request could come in as soon as this week if they don't get it done because
I don't know
of the
what he'd be
mandatory
waiting on
minicamp.
anymore. Like you're costing me money at this point by not giving me a deal.
What's fascinating about that to me, though, is this is not a T. Higgins, Jamar Chase situation in Cincinnati where they're not there and they're holding out for money. That's probably going to get worked out. Cincinnati's trying to win a Super Bowl this year. They need those guys. Minnesota is not in a win-now situation. If a trade request comes in from Justin Jefferson, does he get traded?
They don't want to. I know that. I know they do not want to. They were not entertaining any of the rumors that were out there. What was the Patriots were one of them?
Reportedly that they were going to trade him during the draft, and the offer just wasn't good enough.
I don't believe that.
Why would you trade that guy? If you told me he's 31, okay, I get it. He's 25 years old. He's the best freaking receiver in the game. Jay.
All right, I want to bring up this that happened yesterday. Jason Kelce and Kylie Kelce went viral on social media. They got into an argument with a fan. So what happened was they were out for a dinner date, and a fan approached Jason Kelce and said, "Can we get a picture with you?" He said no, and then the fan lost their mind. Listen to this.
Middle of the street. You are. I will never be allowed in this town. No. You'll never be allowed in this town again.
That is the fan telling Kylie Kelce, "You will never be allowed in this town again," because the Kelces declined a photo.
Were they in the middle of, first of all, Charles Barkley said to my wife, we were at the Blackhawks game, and we were with him at some pregame thing. And my wife said, how do you deal with everybody? Because one after another pulling on his jersey. Charles, you met my cousin 12 years ago. Charles, this, Charles. And he said, I had a player walk up to me, go, Charles, they will not leave me alone. I'm eating. They bother me at the table. I'm waiting for my car. They bother me. And Charles said, I can fix that. Don't you know the secret? No. The secret is give back all the money, all the women, all the cars. Go get a normal job, and no one will give a flying you-know-what about you. Otherwise, shut your mouth and take every picture they ask for. Period.
I get that logic, but are people not entitled to just living normal lives in privacy? I'm sure that this sounds like they were in, was this at the Jersey Shore or something, Shay? Like they were on vacation?
Yeah.
Sounds like they were not really bothering anybody, just walking down the street.
I think they were walking back to their car, yeah.
And this altercation happens. Imagine going from, can I please take a picture with you, to saying, you're never allowed in this town again. Did you really want the picture, or was this all for clout?
Right.
I don't have any respect for that. I think a lot of people are very gracious with their time when
Most
fans
are.
want to come up to them and take photos. But
And I hear Jason Kelce's a good dude.
seems like it. It's just, I don't know, there's boundaries. You're not entitled to somebody's personal space or getting a photo with somebody just because they're famous.
We had a lady call in here. It was around the holiday time, early December. She's walking down Michigan Avenue with her 12-year-old son. And a guy is walking by himself down Michigan Avenue, and she turns and looks at him and goes, are you Aaron Rodgers? They were in town to play the Bears. He looked, he goes, yes.
I remember you telling me this story. That's
And
awesome.
She said he was super nice, and she said, can I get a picture with my son? He's like, yeah, let's kind of slide over here. And he kneeled down and took the picture and said, just don't say anything. And then he kept walking to wherever he was going to eat or whatever. But she said could not have been nicer. And that, I've always had that endearing image of him, even though he's the Packer quarterback. It was Michigan Avenue, and he did it.
You have a man crush on him.
I do. I like the guy.
I'm watching this video, and this woman is accosting her, getting in her face, pointing her finger. That's not okay behavior.
No.
Regardless, and you just asked this. Like, imagine like the flip that the switch that gets flipped that quickly. I wouldn't want to take a picture with that crazy woman either. She's gonna like get in my face for me telling her no.
Kylie Kelce apparently said to her, "I can smell the alcohol on your breath. You're embarrassing yourself."
Probably right. Probably right. I'll tell you one guy who would absolutely take pictures if anybody asked. He charged you
talking about
$5.
Shea right there.
That'd be
That's
Tom
who she was
Waddle.
talking about. She was talking about Shea last night.
Yes, that's exactly
Bruise
right.
on his breath.
And hot dogs.
Oh, Tommy.
All right, we'll get to a Waddle Wednesday with the great Tom Waddle.